Welcome. Today I want to continue working on my multiplayer problems. Because we're gonna look at the current state of my game. Let's start everything. Command, copy, paste. That's my server. I start in the browser. Can I click here again for a second? Second, can start, and these are connected to another. Can I move one? The one on the other side will move. But the precise timing of movement is not synced up, so sometimes I press right, one or the other will be a millisecond earlier, and this creates small differences here. You can see this is a bit higher than this. This results into slightly different scores. Because for the syncing of the games, I only transfer layer inputs, so the keys I press, not the game state. This makes it less traffic for the server. I need to be more precise in how I handle the information. Okay, this is a problem we currently need to solve. Edit. This is a problem. My passing should be. Okay, this point is done. Server-defined speed, this will come now. Important. Initial game state transfer is also missing. Yes, this is the point I want to work on now. Therefore, I need to set a time when action should be done. Let's think. I have the player input. When I here's a function which does execute stuff. This input change need to be timed. If I get an action, a message with a command, should be, if there in on the command we said I don't need to time sync. In the command I would now put it in list or some array or something like this. Check in a different point to execute it. To sync. Is player related? Let's throw it just somewhere on player input. And I need save the command, which is a string, and the data, which is any. Most of the time I need the execute time. The number, because time is a number. This might be good enough. We did a mistake. We want array. Need a comma here. And on game init, we need to clear it. On game initialization, it has to be empty. I have to fill it. This will now happen here. Let's change this up. Game data point, layer inputs, push. Data, and this will be in here. I put it in. I have my game on ticks. I can here function call it ticks player puts. Put after the time change. He put in here the layer inputs. I guess it do a type for it. Type layer input. Oh wait, I can do this type here, not here. Press type player input. variable get player input to format player input this type the inputs no once player inputs player input player input yes no let's do just use normal force 0 kleiner dot length plus if player inputs point position E execute time current time in data point time when time this is also allowed can we execute it keycode oh data point keycode still not quite let's just do it here for now command what was it called player input I executed. Now I'm missing the time when I get the data. Now here I create the command input. Something doesn't fit. Go back to main. Player input. Command data execute time. The command is part of the data. This is wrong. My type doesn't fit. I need to have. Ich does accept semicolons. Didn't know. Or did I miss a error? Execute current command, and I need to tell there might be more properties. I don't know how to do it. I can structure it like that. Then let me restructure the data. We have data. Oh, it's structured like this. Now, for now, let's put in the execute time. How can I? Execute time is game data point time plus 30, so I delay each action by 30 milliseconds. Bad general, but it'd be good enough to get the games in sync. What's the thing? To get back here. Also command is here. And the key code and key down is in here. Might work. I don't have the still open. Can we that I can move? I don't. I think because I'm connected. I would assume. That I have the execute time in here and that it does. Okay, so we load both sides, press R, and we will see at the end. Let's move with both. If we stay, let's go. This. Nope. It looks slightly offset. Not working. Now, if let's make it in here plus don't have the tick interval, the general. It's 16. Qn time plus 16. I want to know if I execute. Of course, we cannot execute at the correct time. We make only 16 millisecond steps. I want to check if I'm the right 16 millisecond step. If not, I want to see an error message. Time passed, execute time. Does this need still smaller? Can I add 16 and it's still smaller? Maybe smaller equals, then I'm on the wrong, then I'm too late. I think console log action player action too late. Import. Also I execute it, but I don't remove it. That's strange. What happens? I execute every input action again, and the last one wins. If I remove them, I need to count backwards. Execute them. I need splice. Oh, I splice start number, delete count, start number I, delete count is 1. Might be reload, start, some error. Cannot read property, execute time. I delete. Yes, this is the wrong position. It needs to be here. Then reload, restart. Now I want to know if player too late, action too late. It's saying this basically always. I need to check data, see what apples go in. It's looked perfectly the same, so now it did match up. The wrong side, I think. I need minus 16. Then I'm too late. Let's try. Restart. Already throwing less. Also missing this side. to the top and see. Yeah, they are very different. Let's do station. Hyundai. This has to be smaller, 16, correct? Oh, 18. 18 is one tick too late. Yes, 2 dots, yes, 3 dots. Let's as a first fixed type and just throw in more delay. 60 milliseconds doesn't feel bad yet. Okay, let's go into corner. 1 dot, 2 dots, same score. Now they are synced up. Working way, but not a good way. Okay. Sync a lot of general problems, but no, I didn't see here dots. Where do they come from? Seems strange. Shoot down. Ah, yes, okay. Hmm. So I think this works basically, but has many problems. Game task. Okay. As this is currently different connection delays will connection delays will result in game sync. Not quite currently. Different connection delays exceeding defined value result in game sync. Everyone will have delay based on lost connection currently. Okay, initial game state transfer. Let's think, what should I do? For now it works, but I could I think this is it's with this game sync kinda working. First working version. First working game sync. Kinda. Let's take this. Push. Then I want to change currently if I play alone, I have 2 dots. But every time someone joins, then the game should add 1 new blue dot and everyone should control his own dot. Which have the players. Characters. Currently my player has index who he controls. And index. This player character index wouldn't work if I delete one. One moment. Do game init. I have no characters, and I add players. Okay, game init, we initialize as a player. Should we add multiplayer players? Something like, here we have player, but they need different values. if I would have counter of number players, number multiplayers. Then I would know how many I need to create. I need some IDs. Maybe. Maybe I need to be able to sync the game state first before I change this. Then I will start with it. Syncing the game state. Then let's think about that. If I do a state, let's think about everything I need to send to the other clients when they connect. Characters, players, no, players, not projectiles, kill counter, max time is defined, could someday become important. Wheel start time is client dependent, ended, high score, also an, oops, random number generator. I need to link. So players, currently it's important, but it does not change, so I don't need max time. Wheel start time, player imports. I need to sync them. WebSocket, no. The high score. Let's throw it in here. A lot of things break. Let's try it. And let's my type game state. And just throw this in here. players and add them. Okay, state. One too much. Let's fix this thing in here. Check tiles. What? Number generator. Oops. Yes, he likes it. Character. State. I just stayed in everywhere. Game paint. Character. Yeah. 28, is this here? Projectile. Confused. No, just save. Look if everything still works. Look synced. When I connect later. I now changed the random number generator. Okay, this is desynced. Expected as the game state is not transferred. Now I have a game state. Now someone has to send it. I need some backend code. On request any, accept. Push in new location, we say someone connected. Close on message. Now before I push the connection, I send everyone player joined. Better, let's do JSON stringify command player joined. For each something to get the integer, but let's equals 0. Chins length plus chins I pair join if I equals 0. The first one is so if I'm the first connection length is 0, shouldn't execute this for loop even once. If one is inside and the second connects, we can tell them send game state. And let's make them. I don't know how to spell. Let's take this version. We have someone who can send a game state. Player joins is currently not required, but and close. Take him out. And we have to inform the others. Zack, zack, zack. Player left. Send game state will still be a message. I don't know if message size is limited. Guess. We have socket method. No, this is no longer a player input. But let's abuse it nevertheless. And game state break. We want to game data WebSocket. No. Multiplayer WebSocket send. Yeah. Socket could be null. No, if I'm here, it's impossible. Accepts it. It's a question mark. Same. But I want to expect it to be JSON stringify game data state. Not quite. Call it data command is game state. Now we have the case game state. Send to everyone. Well, let's just try for now. Game data point state equals data. Data is it? The command. Layer input, I just put the data. Something to clean up later, I think. This might work. I start this and come in here. It worked, but it was okay. He thinks this is in a different time. I see. When I take the game state data, if the wheel start time not updated is something else in players. Wheel start time is for now, we throw it in here. Game data wheel start time is game data point state point time. We have this time currently, and we need performance now minus. Imagine it being later. Now we do this, we start here, now this joins. But something is not working. 16, 15, 14. Too late, 21 too late. Does the network say? Somewhere in here. Game state came. Much bigger size. This is byte? And just string length, okay. basically bytes. 30 kilobyte. Process could be one who joins. Not have the problem. I reload here. My syncing strategy has problems. For now I can again just increase the delay. 100 milliseconds. So I start here, reload, and on command player left, yes. Higher delay. Didn't see an error message. Let's see if it can reload again. Get a close. Did I? Oh no, this ended. Okay. But I am closed. And I worked. On close. Yes, there's some limit in size, and I think the network traffic goes too high, he disconnects me. Not 30 kilobyte. Good to know. Then for now I do a quick fix. The main currently spawn. Characters push. Let's make a limit on dots. If enters characters length smaller 100. Don't know if it's enough. Is this the one who gets disconnect JS? Game data point characters point game data. It's in the state now, exactly. State characters 1400. Okay, then 100 is probably limit. Should work. Let's see here. The maximum dots I can connect, and they don't disconnect me. Well, this was the restart. I didn't want to press restart. I wanted to reload. Let's compare. Looks identical. Sync game straight transfer works. Let's game state transfer. Also there are a lot of problems with it. Again, let's go to my game task. Currently, all connected players get new game state instead of just the new one. So what is the next best step? I want to still work on client control. No. If someone joins, I need a new character. But not a player. And also I need see what does a player currently have. Player character index. Actions pressed. Actions pressed get not transferred. This might be a problem. Because I decide on it what to do. But I cannot in the browser press directions and reload. So I cannot reproduce this bug. This is also part of state. Unsure what the best next step is. Maybe refactor a bit. thinking of changing the state layout. Not the state, but the game data. I think that's the player input. It's the idea of one player controlling two characters. This enables it. Let's look in here. This was only exactly. This needs to be in the state. But the binding, this don't need to be. It should make me change the setup into client key bindings. Key would be. Does this have a type? Type. Client key binding. I key go to action pressed. This here. Let's make this. Player can go in the state. And I have moved stuff. fix everything. Go to actions pressed at player. Hold key bindings. Changed something. Key binding. Player no longer. Actions pressed. When we remember what player has pressed and what character he controls. We also need a. Do we need an ID? Is the index enough? Let's try the index. So we have player index number. To know which player these bindings are. Think again. Multiplayer. I need. This would mean I can only control one character. In multiplayer I have a player index. Is this right? This is my player index. Does this work? When we move it here. Will no longer be able to control two. I make a map, another map array. This. I could control two of the same. Let's try. Seems unnecessary now. And if I want that two players can control the same character. Same player character. This is my player index. Do I need it? Think later. I could. Is this control still control 2? I connected to a player index. Player index goes to character index. Let's try this for now. There should be things I need to change. Players up. No. Stuff missing, yes. This. In here. I am doing leave it empty here. Can leave it here empty. But now the add player. Works. Layer input change. Game data state layer. There's the action pressed. This no longer works. To change this code. Currently, we send every key input. But we actually want to send the action. Oops, did I press? Which means we need, let's for now create a copy. Layer action, not the key code, but it's the action, and I need the player index. That's correct. Action is not a string. It's, what was it? Key off. Action pressed or something. Now it's a player index. I can take the player with the player, or can directly take the player. Now, don't need to iterate over players. The action is part of the parameters. If we have an action, we can just do stuff. We take the player character index and it's good, should give us the character and actions pressed. I give the player action pressed, yes. This works. Think. Player input chain. And here we come with the keyword event. Decide if we want to send it over multiplayer or what's the next, but this is wrong. Multiplayer we considered later. I would say player action. No. Alright. It's a player. If I think player index works better for now. Means I will const player equals game data state point players player index number. This is a string. This is a now WebSocket. Set reset player input. Just push the data, correct? In the game, in the main, we have to take player inputs, player input, player input change, but I want to do player action. And I have key down. Key code is no longer correct. It's player index and what was it called? Action. Okay. Now Q and code. I can change. I have a keyword event based on the Usually I have gone through all players. But this is now wrong. I just need to this. If game data point key binding play in a key to key could exist on type. What is there? I had multiple. This would work. Interesting. Well, then do the multiple. Based on this, we can do this, and now I have an action. Do stuff. Press something, something's behind it. Now I can check if I'm in a multiplayer game. Not. My const player index is key bindings player index. We need the action. I have an action, and I need its key down. I have its key down, which means I do player index action execute time 100, and if this is tuck, player input change is now needed, player action player index action and is key down. I have no idea if it works. I changed. Okay, I can no longer move. Let's look into network. First. Okay, my game state restarts. There are no key presses, which means this might not work. I have probably have no key bindings. Yes, I did not alter this stuff here. Where are there no errors? Let's look. I left the key bindings empty. When I add a player, push the character, create player should not have key codes. Add the game state point. not state. The key bindings point code to no. Can I push? I'm now unsure. I need no, this is wrong. It's player index. We have player index. Players. This way. Create player. We no longer have this thing. And this was this thing. Game test. Yes. D3 here. Did I not save? I did not save. But now I push more and more in here. If because that's the players, I also need to reset the key bindings. Maybe stuff works now. I can move. It's sent. So far, so good. Interested in what happens. I can still scope console. For now, this works again. But I think put the state over it. I send the player index. The next step, if I only one window, only one character, and when I join, a new one should appear. Everyone should only control their own. Let's remove this. It's not quite right. Now I need to know number of connected players. Is it this easy? Player number. Throw it in here. Has to be in here. It starts with 0. Can I send the number directly back? I get a request. I accept it. Don't know if accept sends something back. Push I log. I close message. Oh, there's not right best game dev test. Game dev back and ready. Can I connection point send? I think I do send def. Stringing file game state, but client ID. Well, ID is well. Let's take it. Does it work? If I take the length, it will change. Let's think, then let's make a counter starts with 0. And each accepted I increase. Let's do it here. And client ID counter. He just gives this. I have, so it's didn't want the ID, I want the client. Well, now we have the line. Connect info. Let's do this. Client ID is not relevant now, and number clients. Its connection point lengths. Is it right? I did not add myself. I +1. If I'm the first, it will be a 1. Yes. An ID. Things is fine. I just wanted this information. Let's do, and then we get the message. It's currently still here. Case info. Data point client number clients. And what should I do? I had game data point. Multiplayer point, player number. Player number. Sound like a bad player number, client counter. No, what did I do? Not player inputs. I'm in the game state, player number, client counter. Better. No. On case player joined. I have to count up and player left have to count down. Sync. In the game, when I initialize it, I need I add the player. Let's say this can be null. Or null. We don't need this information. Don't add it. Now we can add a player. Something still does not work out. If I init the game, this happens. I join. I only have my own keybinds here? No. I get the game state, this changes. Am I able to figure out what character is mine? Hmm. Just one is here. I can still move it. If I connect with the second one, just the same. On connection, I need to connect, and this client needs to know that the second one is him, and first still needs to know it's the first, which it's his, which is currently not possible. As I can send for every player, I just need. I can just start with some version. Add player. Let's keep the key bindings out of it for now. And take this. Oh, did I take it? I have it. On game init. Oops, I can. So in one binding, I just take. Let's this index, and I have to think if we are in multiplayer WebSocket, we have connection, else can just no, I just add one player L, and in this case I add E0 E0. Why it doesn't help me? Encounter. And for every we add one player and add I times 50 to it. This will work for new. If someone joins mid-game, player joined, I can just throw one in. I have to check player joined. It's not sent to the new joining one. Then I code add connect info. This is only for me, so I can wait. On game state I can add me here. But game state is sent to everyone. Only connect info is sent to me. What is the order? Send. Okay, I sent to one client, sends the game state. So the connect info will always be first. Game state goes to everyone, player joined not. Do I add me then? I don't have a player for now. Well, let's see what happens. I'll control the same. I am alone, I can control me. I can join in and let's start new. Interesting. This is it doesn't get the counter up. Let's connect. I need to disconnect with one. How do I disconnect? Just save something. So we start the server. I should disconnect sync on both. It don't even disconnect. Then he does not start the server. Okay. Something is not right. I start on this side, it says only one. Connect, it's now this one. Only one. Game data. Player client counter is on one. Let's player here. Player joined does not happen, I think. Let's look into the server again. Is send player game state send is not send game state. This means I need this here. I would missing. If I add the player first and then send, I don't need to send it here. Because I already put him in. Since new state, everyone gets it. Might not be the best, but let's keep it. Now I am alone, now I connect here and both have the layer. All just control the same. Cannot make the window smaller. I need the third. They start on the same position. I have 3 all. Okay. I need console in here. X. Now I need everyone to know their own character. Client counter. Go to game. I have a counter. I think I need client IDs. The client counter. I have the ID and my own ID. Did it work? Let's think about it. Client IDs. Numbers, I think. And my client ID. I will loop for client IDs. When a client connects, I can add into client IDs. When I connect, I can get all the client IDs back. But this might now be state relevant. I need to transfer it. I can just have it in the initial state. Like client, I just copy client IDs. Array of numbers. If I send it, and I know my own client ID, can work with it. Let's try this. I put it in state. Game init. Client IDs should not change. And I no longer have a client counter, but state client IDs. Client with TOD. Client with T. Client ID. Point lengths. Client I add a player. And if game data t player and my client ID equals current ID, then I can push this I and I'm a single player, I'm just the one which exists. I broke something here. Should work. Now the client IDs start empty. Not in multiplayer, they don't matter. It's no longer because it's my client ID. Let's make a -1, as long as we are not in multiplayer. Player input client counter. So if a player joins, we we will all get the game state for now, so we basically do not do anything. Connect info. I need, think I add a player, then the info. And game state. Now I get the game state. I also need to set the key bindings here. I did it in player. Oh no. Did it happen game? I do this. Think. But now we do ugly stuff. Don't do a push. Set it. Get the game state. We find our player. Now on connect info, I don't need anything because I get them through the game state. Do I need to remove this? No, I want to know my ID, client ID, count ID counter. Client ID counter, should it be? Yes. So I'm no longer interested in this. Net info is the ID. I go into the currently have it and game data point multiplayer. My client ID is data point client ID. Correct. Might be data point data. And should be correct. I first get the connect info on my client ID. When I have my client ID, would add the key bindings for this player. Did it already work? Let's just try. Oh, but a single character gets created. On game init. Yeah, multiplayer. I have no client IDs. Interesting. Yes, we have no client IDs. Which means he sends send game state. I want a new client ID in here. No. Already counted up. Connection is an array of client ID, a number, and any. On any. And this is an array. Yes, no, I'm correct. Interested in length. Take e connection. Push the connection here. I call it client ID. And con. I increase the counter here. I know the client ID. And here I need to add the client ID. Client left ID equals. No. Still have the connection here. Connection point. Wait. Do I have the client ID here? I think I have. Here I need the con. I now player joined is no longer required. And this loop is no longer required. Just the first connection is responsible for sending the game state. Then in still here, I don't have player joined. No longer, I have player left. So I can basically do this, game data point, state, client IDs, builds, client ID. And this works for the first client because then no state is sent. Oh, I did break the server. What's this? If I need the if. I need to have a connection to send it. And I need send game state. Game data point state point push client IDs push data point this might work, maybe not. Let's just try one. Destination send UTF. Where are you, server? Close on destination connection send UTF. Yes, the conf. Try again. I can move. I cannot support the off. Okay. First player can, the second can't. Think for a moment. This is the one who gets the game state. Well, we can look what this guy thinks. Multiplayer. My client ID is 1. And in state point client IDs, there is a 1. And it's me client key bindings. Client key bindings. Player index 1. And game data point state point players 2 in there. Here's 100. Interesting. This is not correct. Why 100? In the running game, if I get added to the end, where does it happen? Does it happen here? It happen in the game? Add player. Choose the character at the end. Mid-game. This will be the 100th position as we have already 100 enemies created. But on new start, it's no longer correct. This makes the index problematic. I always rebind on game init. We kill it breaks, yes. So I need to push the character not at the end and give the player not the end length. One simpler solution is I don't add the player in the first place. Which means don't add it. I go to the client's IDs and bind myself to the index. I will be able to control an enemy for the time being. Why not? Let's see what happens. Make this small. Go to the side. Start here. Restart. Connect. Nope. Cannot property of action pressed. Game data not was it state players was a problem before. I cannot press because the player does not exist. Yes. Can send it. We're in multiplayer. Do not check. We need to do one more check. Do we do it? Function undefined, not undefined, and we have here the player index. This has to exist. And basically means is this has to be smaller than game data state players length. Then I send it. So now we have to wait on a new start to be able to play. Oh, now both are in and both control the characters. And if someone joins in, he will see, but he cannot play. Yes. If I restart, I have 3. Okay. I don't know where the others are. If I press left and leave the window, they will run forever in one direction. Give me the console. No one said anything. Oh, I'm connected. Okay. This does mean game task. This is not everyone can control everyone in theory. If there would be a hacker, but let's keep it only play with friends. This is fixed. Everyone has their own although it has a lot of everyone controls their own character. There are some problems with it currently. I don't know. Currently has to wait on game restart. Could make in on join. I think this will become important if we change the game. GameSync server defined speed I don't have yet, so desync still possible. Currently all connected players get new game settings, not just a new one. May game code dependent on bad client controls game. Contra do I care currently? Currently I don't care. Server defined speed I will play actions and currently different connection delays. Currently everyone will have delay based on this will be in here. I will change this. Currently has to wait against a future task. The player I can do this, but I will do a small break. We'll come back and do this last part, and then we have we might improve the delay. That no longer should be a possibility for desync. Then I will do a short break. Be back maybe in 5 minutes. I'm back. It's a server defines the speed, but every client knows how far he can tick. But that client has to look into the message. Usually just looks in the type. Think. Game time starts with 0. Oh, that's interesting. This only acts on quests. But I now need a loop. Can I do some set interval in here? Well, let's just try around. Function game ticker game time ticker. I set interval 16 ticks, and I call myself tick. Well, this will be a lot. Let's make 100 for the start, and we call the game time ticker once. We tick if we play in here. It just still works. Two. Does it work? Does it not work? Connect. WebSocket error failed to. Did it? No, it's ticking. No. What happened? I change. Don't see the ticks. Does he consider coordinates and changes? It ticks again. Does he only tick for a certain time? Am I not connected? Confused. It's incredibly slow. Cannot let the server do this stuff, it seems. Hmm. This would mean I would need to let it happen from a client. Is not good. Let's do one every second. It's happened far too frequently. Find it, I call it, I think this is correct. We need I have my ticker in my main. Say one and tick interval. Doesn't it get so no 1000 in here? Can I do performance now? Just see what happens. Okay, the compilation comes in later. Doesn't no performance now? This is other side. Currently have just an HTTP server. Node HTTP server get time. I have no idea what this is, but let's try. Server. Okay, it's growing. Oh, set interval is the wrong, set timeout is the correct one. Now I see what's happening. Okay, explains why it had problems. Now let's try again. When this ticks, I can connect, I can restart, and I can play. Very good. Let's seconds. It's pretty number. Let's go back in. Still it open? Oh, I closed. This might be enough. The second number is a better number. I have to think. The game time ticker can now the server can connection for each send some data. Let's try it. Yes, server point connection for each JSON.stringify and have the command time update and the time is for a moment. The game time. Let's make start time equals 0 game time. I think I only need the start time. So every tick we have constituent time is equals start time minus. Okay. I do this. Unexpected token, what did I destroy? $62. is 72. Okay, this is based on this version here. Let's throw an empty string for now. I want to see the Q1 time. Let's make the start time this. Time will always be bigger. Now it should count up. The numbers confuse me. This is not what I assume it is, I think. I would expect jumps of 1, but the numbers change very differently. I would take the first index, would be working, but I need a higher precision. And let's find out what it's behind this. Just in time. Nanoseconds is are too precise, but they're too precise. This pointer at time big int. When here and divide by 1000. Okay, what do I do with big int? Big int to integer, to number. Now I'm on microseconds. Now I am, oops, one too many, milliseconds. Yes, looking much better. Mm. VS server connections? I think connection was global. Yes, I don't need this. Gee. For some reason, accepted the thing packet. I see the time I want to see. Oh, I connect, restart. No, restart, I would need to start the timer. Should mean I have to look into the message. Equals message point gfa data. It's probably a string. Should I try this? Let's see what happened. Undefined. It takes the data, we make JSON.parse and point command. Have restart player input. Yes. Now, if command equals restart, then I will it's a new start time. I connect, I start. What? Var keyword here, not good. Connect, I restart, it's yes, restart, start. It restarts the time. Now I check that he doesn't know what to do with it. Perfect. I see we get the time updates. I can, so with the console log, I can increase the frequency. And now I need to handle it on player input size. I have the case here. Time update. T non-command time update. Here is missing. This would means I add game time here. Sync. It's not quite right. No, it's okay. Tick. I tick. I don't care about the server time. I don't have it currently. Where do I put it? I don't need to put it in the state. Server time. Server game time. It's a number. We need to init it on some value. Let's put it on max time. I cannot access it here. Then one more time. I don't think I can use it here. No. We get it to 0. If ein Game Init, Multiplayer, WebSocket. We put the game point, server game time. No, it's in multiplayer. Multiplayer, yeah, game time equals 0. And in input, we can update the time. Later point time. This time, yes. Game data. Let's think. Now we are here. The runner ticks if too far behind, but this does not. If he has a real start time, game data state time, do we Wait a moment. Time now. I think for server I need to, for multiplayer, do some different. If game data dot multiplayer dot WebSocket, oops, single player, I just tick on the speed, but on multiplayer I now have the server time. And not ended, yes. Time now. The game data point multiplayer point server time. Then we tick till we reach it. This would require for the server to send 16 milliseconds an update. Well, let's just do it. It's 15. It's just every 17 milliseconds. Seems to still work. Let's guess the speed in which the server moves. It's close to once, yes. Yeah, the server does. Seems to work. So find speed. And to sync. I now could look into this part now. Server also needs to define time of execution. We move the execute time from here. Go back into the server. Else if let's make code more ugly here. Player input keep constant data equals here data point execution time equals this thing. Let's make function get current turn sort in here, then here. No. Edit message equal message point tf. I don't know if I am allowed to change it. Let's try what happens. JSON.stringify data. She doesn't care. I have no idea. I can no longer move. Let's see the network. We get a lot of, and also can I disconnect somehow? Let's do a few instance call up. The number is in here. Execution time is in here too. Game data point state point player inputs. A lot of player inputs with execution times. Is execution time the wrong? Go to main. Did tick. Tick player inputs. Current time. Game state time. Something did not work with it. I have inputs. Execute time. Called it differently. Is it execution time? Execute time. Okay. Let's restart. Now I can move. Oops. Now I have. Let's restart. Now we have too late. Why too late? I broke something. To my understanding, can I? Might be too late. Can I look into the network? I have a lot of. He saves everything. 29497 510. It's exactly in between. See 20, 13, 236. Would assume the order works out. He says I'm always late. Have the queue in time. I increase the time here. I might be still ordering something wrong. Here on multiplayer. I make a tick. But the tick is 16 ms. So I'm always doing them too early. Basically meaning when I make 60 millisecond, did it happen? I just wanted to copy this to here. Now, if I do one tick, I'm still behind. I am allowed to be equal. And I am allowed. So now I think it's correct. I 3 connect all, restart, socket error, and close. Did I break something? I am connect on close. I'm not. Let's start, open, start. I'm connected. Have a connection. Connect the second one. Restart. I move. Get my third client. Connect. I restart this. I move this. I move this. If I go in another tab, this is not active tab. Chrome does not like it, but didn't get errors. Let's see. Same score. I think this works. Now, seeing define speed. Yes, currently everyone will have This is fixed, but now server sends a lot of time sync data. This is a con, but I think it has to happen. I could send less, but then the delay would be higher for each client, and can try. Currently I send every 16, so if I made every 50, I think it will could smooth it out on the client side, but no, it will be laggy here. Yes, less frames. And if I do every 200, because now client is never allowed to get past. I could smooth it out a bit. I think I will. Might not be this difficult. I will always catch up when the server sends less information. One tick. Well, no, I think I let it for now. 16 milliseconds, I make an update. And it works fine. At least for now. I connect with a new client. Can see the queue, but I cannot do anything with it. I connect the next. Also sees the queue state, but cannot control anything. If I restart, all are in, all can control. Come back. This can. It's in sync. It works. Just state. So one task would be try with different delays. So I keep this for now. It's no longer game sync. But it's client delays. Anything else? I think no. Could call it working. Multiplayer. Currently don't know any problems, but just one person. What did I do? Did I not edit? Okay, now they're staged. Push. And that's it for today. Being able to play this very simple high score game with any number of people as long as the server can handle it. Add one more. Oh, no, it's not a separate window. Whatever. Here. Add one more. Here. Here. No, I should have 5. Now 5 can play this. And my machine can handle it all. It's simple enough for it. Okay. Let's see my high score. It's, I have to play like this. Even be relevant to... No, it's kept at 100, so I have to constantly destroy these dots. $600. Well, I end here. See you next time. Bye bye.